their child's lives regarding these specific things. I'm Mr. Abdullah. I'm not going to be giving the presentation here. We actually do have some special guests from Access here who will be providing you guys this presentation. I highly encourage you guys, when you're done with this presentation, to provide us feedback regarding any other upcoming topics that you would like to discuss. But at this time, I'd like to welcome Hala, Mallah from Access to begin the presentation. So if we can give her a nice round of applause. This is our mic, so if it looks funny, but this is what we need in order to pick up the voice. Thank you.
And then how do I switch slides? Oh, okay. I'll use the laptop. Okay.
Maybe that.
So we can just start. So hi everyone, good morning. My name is Hala. We're going to be presenting today in both English and Arabic. So I'll speak in English, and then Maysoon from Access also will be speaking everything else in Arabic as well.
صباح الخير صباح الخير كل للجميع. حلا ملاح عن ميسون مطار from Access, and اليوم حنكون بنعمل presentation. حلا حتحكي بالعربي وانا ححكي بعديها هي حتحكي بالانجليزي وانا ححكي بالعربي.
Thank you so much. So today's topic is going to be about technology awareness, teaching children to have safe technology usage, and then also how they can stay safe and then set limits as well.
اوكي اليوم حنحكي عن التكنولوجيا وكيف نضمن انه اولادنا يستخدموها بطريقه امنه and مفيده.
And so it's with parents, that's the most important step that we can take for students, for children to practice online safety. Parents are the number one step in setting those rules and then protecting them as well. And then also for anyone who works with students in the schools, it's good that we have this information to teach them the safety and anything they can do to stay smart while they're using technology.
So دورنا كأهالي هو الدور الأول والأهم في إنه إحنا نوعي أولادنا إنه كيف يستخدموا الكمبيوتر والإنترنت والتكنولوجي بشكل عام. كمان أي حدا بيتعامل مع الأولاد كمان دورهم إنهم يوعوهم إنهم كيف يستخدموها بطريقة آمنة.
So there are a few different technologies that children are using a lot now, and a lot of them would include different social media applications or games where they can chat with other people in these types of applications. So the most important we also have would be the smartphone and then any kind of tablets. That's what we see a lot of children are using a lot of now.
في تطبيقات كتير عديدة الأولاد عم بيستخدموها الأيام الحالية زي موجودة على السكرين هنا، وكمان بنلاحظ إنه معظم الأولاد بيستخدموا الآيفون والتابلتس كأكتر شيء مستخدم بين الأولاد لا يدخلوا على الإنترنت.
And so the one issue with having smartphones and having tablets is that this technology is very easy to access. So the children can stay in their rooms, they're using them at school, in the car, anywhere they might be. So it's very quick for them, and then that means they can use it at any time of the day. So a lot of the risks are coming now because they're just pulling out the phone, the tablet, and then spending hours on it, and then they can use it almost anywhere. And so one of the things we also like to let parents know is whenever their child is going out to play with a friend, spend time with a friend, we always ask them 100 questions. You know, who is this friend? Where are you going? Because you want to make sure they're staying safe, they're staying protected. But then when they're on their phone, on their tablet, we don't really ask them a lot of these questions. So they're communicating with other people, strangers, and then they're right at the house. We think they're okay, but they might be speaking to other people. We're not asking them these questions as well. So we're not really thinking about their safety as much when they're at home on this phone or on this tablet.
So عادة التكنولوجيا بيتم استخدامها بطريقة مفيدة للأولاد. فعادة الأولاد ما بيطلعوا مع أصدقائهم أو مع friends، إحنا بنسألهم مع مين رايحين أو وين رايحين. أما هلأ مع استخدام التكنولوجيا فالأولاد بيكونوا في البيت بيستخدموا التابلت أو آيفون، وإحنا كبيرنتس كأولياء أمور نعرفش بالضبط هم على أي ويب سايت بيشتغلوا أو على أي ويب سايت بدخلوا، فإحنا لازم نكون منتبهين لهاي الناحية متأكدين إنهم هم بيدخلوا على مواقع ما بتسبب لهم مش أي ضرر.
So before we go into all the different dangers and how we can protect the children, there are some benefits to technology. So they can benefit a lot from all the different tools online for education to help them with learning. They can also learn new skills. So now they're able to access all this information online right away. So different libraries, anything for school, anything for their homework. And they're also able to learn different languages, listen to books, read books, and then also to study things for their tests or for anything for their schoolwork. So instead of having to leave the house, go to the library, they can quickly and conveniently access this right at home, which can really help them with their education. Do you want to go bit by bit? Okay. It can also help with their socialization and also their relationship building. So now they're able to connect with others in positive ways, in ways that benefit them. And they're also able to learn different communication skills as well. So especially during the pandemic, everyone was at home. And then instead of feeling isolated and disconnected, the children and even adults were able to connect to people now and then communicate with them to reduce that isolation they might have been feeling. And then it also helps with their creativity and also being able to express themselves digitally. So they have many different tools, many different applications that can help them with creating artwork or anything that they might be interested in. They might like writing, playing an instrument. Now they're able to share it with hundreds of people, and it can really benefit them in many different ways.
اوكي فاحنا حنبدا البرزنتيشن بانه نحكي عن الاشياء الايجابيه في استخدام التكنولوجي في الايام هاي. فاول شيء ايجابي انه هي بتدعم التعليم، انها بتعطي فرص جديده للاولاد انهم يحسنوا تعليمهم من خلال انهم هم بيدخلوا على ابلكيشنز وتطبيقات جديده بتساعدهم في دراستهم، زي تطبيقات بتساعد على تحسين اللغه، على الاوديو بوكس انهم بيسمعوها للكتب عن طريق انهم يسمعوا لها بدل ما يقروها. also في الفلاش كاردز بيستخدموها برضو للدراسه. كمان بتساعد على تحسين التواصل الاجتماعي بين الاولاد وبعضهم البعض، فخاصه في خلال البانديميك والكوفيد 19 كثير من الاولاد كانوا معزولين في البيوت، فهذا ساعدتهم انهم يتواصلوا مع بعضهم البعض وخففت من تاثير الكوفيد 19 عليهم من ناحيه اجتماعيه. البنفيت الثالثه انه هي بتشجع الناحيه الكرياتيفيتي الابداعيه عند الاطفال، فكثير في تطبيقات بتخلي الاولاد يشاركوا ابداعاتهم سواء بالكتابه بالموسيقى، وبيشاركوها مع العالم كلهم مع العالم كله. فهي وسيله جيده لهم انهم يوصلوا ابداعاتهم للعالم كله.
So now we go into some of the harms of using the technology, especially with children. And a lot of the harms are coming from a lack of balance. So if there are no limits that are set, no balance is being set. And this can also happen with no schedule for technology use. So like I said earlier, children can pull out their phone, their smart device, use it almost anywhere and at any time of the day. And it's especially been said that technology isn't recommended to be used within 2 hours of going to sleep. But we know everyone, adults and a lot of the youth, are on their phone even a couple minutes before they're about to go to sleep. So from the time they're back from school, they're finished with everything, they might just be on their smart device right away. And this is actually going to affect a lot of their stress, their feelings of being tired and not being able to relax or really unplug from any of these technologies and social applications. And so that already causes a big issue because children are feeling a lot more tired, their attention is being spread everywhere, and there isn't really that balance for themselves. And then with using technology a lot more, they're going to also be more at risk for any cyberbullying or cyber hacking. So this involves anyone trying to take any personal information through cyber hacking. If they're not protecting their passwords, they're posting information online that they're not really careful with who's seeing this information. So they might be posting the school they go to, where they live, and then they don't know who's accessing this information. It's just for the public. And then also they could be at risk for being harassed or bullied online. Sometimes we see it from students within their own school. They might be on social media, and then you see that they're bullying each other, they're spreading rumors about each other. And then we see this with females being a bigger risk. So more females are more at risk for being victims of any kind of gossip, any kind of rumors, especially from their own classmates. And then the way that the youth are using technology is also going to affect their self-esteem. So how they feel about themselves and how they view themselves. Especially when they're on social media and they see all these different posts from celebrities or people who are labeled as social media influencers. So these are people who have a lot of money, a lot of popularity, a lot of followers. And then people, especially young children, start to compare themselves to this. So both boys and girls are comparing themselves to those online and social media. The boys might see someone that has a lot of things that they want, and the girls are seeing these influencers that have a lot of things that they want. And then they start to view themselves as being less than, why don't I have this, and feeling like they're not really enough.
So هلا حننتقل الأشياء الضارة لاستخدام التكنولوجي وكيف الأولاد ممكن إنهم يضروا حالهم بإنهم يستخدموا الإنترنت والتكنولوجي بشكل عام. أول ضرر إنه سهل جدا للأطفال وللأولاد إنهم هم يدخلوا على الإنترنت، متاحة لهم 24 ساعة بالنهار، ما فيش قيود، ما فيش سكادجول أو مواعيد معينة لهم، فهذا بتساعد أو بيؤدي إنهم هم يقضوا وقت كتير طويل على الإنترنت. هذا بيؤدي لهم لمشاكل صحية. عشان هيك بنلاقي بعض الأولاد إنهم بياخدوش كفاية من النوم، فبقوا تعبانين على المدرسة، بيقدروش يركزوا بالدراسة. ومن ناحية علمية كمان إنه تقضية وقت كتير على الإنترنت بتأثر على الهرمونز اللي بالجسم، فإذا بتقضي وقت كتير طويل بيؤدي إنه هرمون الستريس بيزيد في الجسم بينما هرمون النوم بيقل. فلازم إحنا عشان نساعد في تخفيف الأضرار هاي إنه نحط سكادجول معين ونقطع استخدام الإنترنت على الأقل ساعتين قبل النوم عشان نساعد الأولاد إنهم ياخدوا كفايتهم من النوم والهرمونز اللي بالجسم تكون بالانس بطريقة كويسة. القضية الثانية أو الإفكت الثاني، الهارم إفكت الثاني اللي ممكن إنه يتعرضوا عليهم الأولاد التنمر على الإنترنت والاستخدام معلوماتهم بطريقة مش مزبوطة. فالأولاد لأنهم السن صغير بعرفوش بالضبط شو المعلومات اللي يحطوها على الإنترنت وشو المعلومات اللي ما يحطوهاش، فممكن إنهم كتير من الأشخاص ياخدوا منهم، يسحبوا منهم معلومات البنك، معلومات وين ساكنين، أي مدرسة بروحوا، فهاي كتير خطيرة لازم نوعيهم عليها. كمان ممكن يكونوا عرضة للتنمر على الأونلاين. إحنا بنسمع كتير في الأيام الأخيرة كيف الأولاد بيتم التنمر عليهم وكيف بيحكوا لهم أشياء مش كويسة، وفي بعض الأحيان بيؤدي إلى أشياء كتير خطيرة عند الأولاد. فبعض الدراسات بتقول إنه 59% من الأولاد اللي بيعيشوا في الولايات المتحدة بيتعرضوا للتنمر على الأونلاين، وهذا بيخليهم كتير بيأثر عليهم وعلى تطورهم في المستقبل. وكمان بنفس الدراسة بتقول إنه البنات أو الفيميلز بيتعرضوا أكتر للتنمر، بحيث إن هم بيكونوا عرضة أكتر للإشاعات وللكلام اللي مش كويس على الإنترنت. السبب الثالث أو الهارم الثالث اللي ممكن إن يتعرضوا له الأولاد إنه بتأثر على السلف استيم أو على طريقتهم في إنهم كيف يشوفوا حالهم. فكثير من الأولاد بيقارنوا حالهم، الأولاد والبنات بيقارنوا حالهم بالمشاهير اللي بيطلعوا على الإنترنت وعلى التطبيقات المختلفة، فهم بضلهم يقارنوا حالهم، يقارنوا الأشياء اللي عندهم، السيلبرتيز اللي بورجوها على الإنترنت، وليش الأولاد بيقولوا إحنا ما عندناش نفس الأشياء هاي. فهاي المقارنة ممكن تفيد بطريقة إيجابية، لكن برضه ممكن إنها تضر، والضر بتأثر على ثقة الأولاد بحالهم، الأولاد والبنات طبعاً.
And then a few more of the harms that can come from using different technology for the youth would be isolation. So although they can connect with others online, they can speak with others online, when they're spending a lot of time alone using this technology, they might be isolated from people who are actually in their home or their actual friends. So the more time that they spend online is less time spent with family, with friends, face to face, and then they lose out on that sense of contributing with others, with their community, with their school, and then that can lead to that sense of isolation. It can also lead them to access any age-inappropriate websites, any age-inappropriate pictures or content, and then they may also share kind of material with their friends, which may lead them then to damage relationships or to harm their relationships. So they kind of feel like they may humiliate themselves or others online. So again, this connects with that cyberbullying, maybe spreading rumors about their classmates or again, being a victim of those rumors. And then there might be that risk of dangerous interactions, so speaking to strangers, or again, someone might be lying about their identity, and then the child may be speaking with them thinking they're speaking to someone their age when it's not someone their age. So someone who might be misleading them.
بنكملين في الاشياء المضره لاستخدام التكنولوجي. فالايسوليشن او التباعد الاجتماعي او انه الاولاد لانهم بيقضوا فتره كتير طويله على الانترنت، فهذا بيقلل الوقت اللي عم بيقضوه مع اصدقائهم، مع عائلاتهم، في البيت. فهذا بيؤدي انهم يبعدوا عن اي مشاركه شخصيه مع الاهل او مع المجتمع او مع الاصدقاء. النقطة الثانية إنهم الإنترنت عالم مفتوح، فهم بياخدوا عندهم فرصة إنهم يدخلوا على أي ويب سايت في أي مكان في العالم. فهذا بعرضهم إنهم هم يدخلوا على مواقع وعلى معلومات تكون مش مناسبة لسنهم، أكبر من سنهم ومش كويسة، يعني ما بتتوافق مع عمرهم. الخطر الثالث إنه هي ممكن إنه خلال تفاعلهم مع الإنترنت إنه في ناس بيستخدموا الإنترنت لأغراض مش كويسة، فإنهم بيخفوا هويتهم وبقدموا حالهم على إنهم ناس بعمر هذا الأولاد أو هذول البنات، بيصيروا يحكوا معهم على أساس إنهم ياخذوا منهم معلومات وبطريقة إنهم يضروهم بالمستقبل.
So now we know a bit about the harms and then again about the benefits of technology use and any kind of ways that we can protect children. And again, parents play the most important role. So everyone here is being able to use this information and then take this with them to their child and to their homes to teach their child any kind of ways to start using better judgment in order to be safe online. So we know we can't really blame a lot of the youth. They don't always use good judgment. They don't always make the right choices. But wherever possible is where we can play the role to teach them these things. And this is a skill that we can teach children to help them moving forward.
Okay, thank you. So, أولياء الأمور الأهالي، وعشان هيك إحنا مجتمعين هون اليوم، هم الخط الدفاع الأول في حماية الأطفال أو الأولاد بشكل عام. الأولاد سنهم صغير فبكونوا ما عندهم مش خبرة بالحياة، تفكيرهم على قد يعني ما بكون واعي بشكل كبير إنه يقدر الأخطار والأشياء اللي ممكن إنها تصير من وراء مشاركتهم لمعلوماتهم على الإنترنت أو تفاعلهم بطريقة خطأ على الإنترنت. فعشان هيك لازم إنه إحنا كآباء إنه نتعلم ونعلم أولادنا طريقة التعامل على الإنترنت، نوعيهم ونحكي معهم على أهمية ومخاطر استخدام الإنترنت.
So one way to start teaching children the safe technology use would be to pay attention and then know what websites they're using and then what websites they're accessing. And then also setting rules for youth when they're using technology. So the best way is to let the youth or tell your child to use their phone, use their tablet in a place that's open and common. So instead of sitting in their room, sitting alone, to try to get them to use these kinds of devices in the living room or where everyone in the family is sitting. So that way you don't have to be staring at their device, but at least you know what they're accessing and what they're doing, just so you have some sort of idea. So you know, okay, they're playing a game that I know about, and then they're not getting themselves into kind of harms or dangers. And that also limits the amount of time that they spent on these technologies as well.
فشو احنا ممكن نعمل كأهالي على اساس انه نقلل من مخاطر استخدام الانترنت والاشياء الخطره للانترنت تاثيرها على اولادنا؟ انه احنا نتاكد من انه الويب سايتس اللي بدخلوا عليها الاولاد نشوف شو هي، نشوفها اذا هي ملائمه لهم ولا مش ملائمه، فنعرف كل الويب سايتس اللي هم بدخلوا عليها. كمان انه احنا نسال الاولاد انه نخليهم لما يستخدموا الانترنت يستخدموها في البيت بغرفة الجلوس، بغرفة العائلة، ما يستخدمهاش، نقلل من استخدامهم لها بغرفة النوم أو في أماكن لحالهم يكونوا فيها. فهيك أشياء لما هم يكونوا موجودين حوالينا أو إحنا حواليهم في استخدام الإنترنت، هم بيستخدموا الإنترنت، بنتأكد إنهم هم بدخلوا على مواقع كويسة بتلائم مع عمرهم، وكمان بتخلي إنه في تفاعل بيننا وبينهم كعائلة.
And then to also know the rules. So not all websites, not all applications are made for children. And then even the most popular websites that are used are made for children 13 and older or people 13 and older. So to make sure if your child's under the age of 13 that they're not accessing these websites, even the most popular social media apps. And then again, there's many websites, many applications that are made for children and stuff that they can access online that they can still benefit from.
فاحنا بنأكد اكيد على انه لازم نحكي مع اولادنا على انهم يكونوا متاكدين انه الويب سايتس اللي بدخلوا عليها انها ملائمه لعمرهم وانها ما بتشكلش اي خطر عليهم. في كثير من الويب سايتس بتكون هي مناسبه لعمر 13 and older، فهذه بدنا نشوف نتاكد منها اذا هي ملائمه لاطفالنا او على حسب عمر الاولادنا، باي عمر هم بدخلوا على الانترنت. لازم نكون عارفين كمان انه في سايتس كثيره وويب سايتس كثيره مخصصه لعمر اولادنا او للاولاد الصغار. لازم احنا نعمل دراسه ونتعرف على هاي الويب سايتس ونعرف اولادنا عليها عشان يستخدموها، ونتاكد انهم هم ما يستخدموش تطبيقات او ويب سايتس اكبر من عمرهم.
So now we'll get into some different ways where you can start to set safe internet usage or safe website usage, application usage for your children. And the first and most important step would be to use parental controls. So wherever possible, making sure that parental controls are being used. And then this helps you to set limits and limit what kind of content that children are accessing. And it also allows you to check any kind of social media privacy settings that the children are using. And you also will be able to monitor their screen time, how long they're spending on devices, and all these different applications. Also, letting your child know technology is a privilege, it's not a right, so it can be taken away from them, especially if they're not listening to your rules, and that they can also make sure that this is not something they can just keep using. So if they go against your rules, to know that you can take this away from them, or you're able to at least set these different rules for them. And then as much as possible, if your children are using some sort of social media, some sort of online communication websites, to make sure you're following along their information, their profiles, and you don't have to know, like, disrespect their privacy, but at least you know what they're doing and then what they're accessing as well.
فمن بعض الاشياء اللي احنا ممكن نعملها عشان نقلل خطر الانترنت على اولادنا انه احنا نستخدم البارنتال كنترولز. البارنتال كنترولز هي انه احنا ميزه بالاونلاين انه بتعطينا احنا كاهالي انه احنا نحدد الويب سايتس اللي بيقدروا اولادنا يدخلوا عليها او ما يقدروش يدخلوا عليها. كمان بتعطينا ميزه انه احنا نحدد الوقت، قديش وقت بالنهار. بعض الاهالي بيخلوا اولادهم يستخدموها لمده 3 ساعات 4 ساعات 5 ساعات، بيقطعوها مثلا قبل النوم بساعتين 3 زي ما قلنا قبل هيك على اساس انهم ياخذوا كفايتهم من النوم. فهاي الميزه بالبارنتال كنترول بتدينا هاي الميزات اللي احنا نتحكم فيها عشان مصلحه الاولاد. كمان بتعطينا البارنتال كنترول انه احنا نتاكد من البرايفسي اللي محطوطه على التليفون او على الانترنت، انهم هم بيقدروش يشاركوا اي معلومات خاصه فيهم على الانترنت. فلازم احنا برضه نتاكد انه البرايفسي محطوطه بشكل خاص على تليفوناتهم او على التابلت اللي بيستخدموها. وكمان البارنتال كنترول بتعطينا الميزه انه احنا نستخدم انه نحدد زي ما قلنا الوقت والمواضيع اللي بيدخلوا عليها والويب سايتس اللي بيدخلوا عليها. النقطة الثانية إنه إحنا ممكن نعمل عشان نخفف أضرار الإنترنت على أولادنا، إنه نفهم ونفهم أولادنا إنه استخدام الإنترنت إحنا امتياز معطينهم إياه، زي مكافأة لهم. It's not a right، مش حقهم، مش زي الأكل والشرب، هذا حق لهم. بس استخدام الإنترنت ميزة أو امتياز إحنا بنعطيهم إياها. فإذا هم بأي وقت من الأوقات عملوا إشي غلط، ما سمعوش، ما تتبعوش القوانين اللي احنا حاطينها لاستخدام الانترنت، من حقنا كأولياء امور انه احنا نقطع الانترنت لفتره معينه، انه على اساس نقول لهم انه انتم ما قدرتوا او انتم ما التزمتوش بالقوانين اللي احنا متفقين عليها.
And so we'll move forward now with a few more ways of how you can set these rules and how you can help your child. So the first step would be to conversate with them. So letting them know about the harms and benefits of technology, just like we talked about here today. And then also what your expectations are for their technology use. So what do you expect? And then what are your rules in the house? And then also, whenever you do set these rules, to make sure that you're standing firm by your decisions, and if they're against those rules, then you can also set those consequences with them. So your decisions for how long you want them to stay on the device during the weekdays or the weekend will stay firm. So if they tell you, can I please have another hour, but you tell them that's already the rule we agreed upon, so that's all you're getting for today. Or else if we start to switch between the rules, they'll start to know they can take advantage of these, or they know you'll change your mind moving forward. And then as much as you can to educate yourself about technology, about the harms, the benefits, just like you're doing here today. So learning more about what can happen and then how you can set these rules as well. And then reinforcing what's right and wrong. So making sure to let your child understand not to share sensitive information with anyone, to be careful of how they're using technology, and then who they're speaking with as well. And to also teach them to be kind to others online, just like you would teach them to be kind to others in person.
من ضروري احنا نحكي مع الاولاد ونوعيهم لميزات ومخاطر الانترنت، ونحكي معهم عن الرولز اللي احنا متوقعينها منهم ان هم يتبعوها باستخدامهم للانترنت. لما نحط القوانين والرولز للانترنت، احنا كبيرنت كاولياء امور لازم نفعل هاي القوانين، مش لازم انه نتساهل او انه احنا ما نفعلها. لما نقول
You're talking a lot about the rules. There's two things you miss. First thing you miss, how to get the parents involved, because it's very important. How many students you have in the school? How many show up? I think you're talking about this point better towards the time. Second thing, most the parents they use the phones more than kids, and they don't know about the technology too. So you are driving wrong direction. Sorry about that.
Well, okay. So we're teaching also the parents here, of course, they're the involved parents, like with other schools.
I don't need excuse me. I just started asking for something. Is more, everyone will be agree about that.
So
the information, the material we take, not just only from the social media, from the other kids. Because some kids in the school spread a lot of information is not good. I can give you a lot of examples.
Yeah, can you share with us, please?
Exactly. One example. We all, or most, I don't want to say all, Muslims, we have something they call culture. What they involve, قضيه المثليه والزبيان والجيل. There's a lot of stuff there.
Okay, so we have about just 2 more slides for today. And again, when you want to tell your child on any kind of safety technology use, you can let them know about their tablet or their smartphone. Again, what kind of restrictions you have set, and then what kind of time limits you'll have set, and then what kind of content applications are appropriate and then accepted by the family.
شكرا. احنا هذا زي ابلكيشن او صورة عن اتفاق ممكن انتم كأهل تعملوه مع الاولاد لإلكم، تحددوا فيه طبيعة الويب سايتس اللي هم مسموح انهم يدخلوا او مش مسموح يدخلوا عليها، التوقيت اللي ممكن يدخلوا عليه او ما يدخلوش عليه، قديش بالنهار. احنا بنسيبها لإلكم انكم تحددوا كل واحد حسب تقاليده وعاداته. شكرا.
And then the last slide, we like to give some sort of resources and things that you can use when you're going to take this information with you. So we'll make sure this is shared with everyone who watched today and who's attending. Different kinds of rules, safety guidelines, and then different parental applications that you can be using to protect your child.
هنا بنلاقي ويب سايتس مختلفة ممكن انتم تدخلوا عليها تعطيكم معلومات أكثر كيف انكم ممكن انكم تساعدوا أولادكم ويحموهم من خطر استخدام الإنترنت بطريقة مش كويسة. معلومات مهمة على هدول الويب سايتس ممكن انكم تدخلوا تقروها عشان تاخذوا معلومات أكثر.
And so I know, we know there are a lot of issues that face students, families, communities. But with Access, we're here to teach about the different skills you can use to protect your children in terms of different topics that are presented. So for today, it's about a different type of technology, setting limits, setting the balance. And this is all connected with our work and our aim to help the community and then make sure we're trying to make everyone live the best possible life they can, staying as healthy as possible, and then making the best decisions too.
You want to talk about the coalition also, the program?
You want to just اوكي سو احنا هنا من اكسس، احنا بس بنحاول انه نوعي قد ما فينا الاهالي على الطريقه الكويسه اللي ممكن يستخدموها او يستخدموها مع اولادهم في استخدام الانترنت. بنحاول انه نعطيكم معلومات، نديكم معلومات عن ويب سايتس ممكن انكم تروحوا وتقروا فيها وانتم تستفيدوا وتاخذوا القرار. في
And then we're also with a program for the substance use prevention. And so I'll let Maysoon also talk about this in Arabic. But the substance use prevention program is where we go into the schools, we teach students, and then we also teach parents different kinds of skills they need and different information to help protect children against any substance use behavior. And then we also teach students in the classroom how to increase their self-esteem, increase their decision-making, and then that way we motivate them to make the right choices and make the healthy choices as possible. So we have some papers we're going to pass out, and this is more about a group that we have where we have discussions in the community, and everyone is more than welcome to read about it and join if they are interested. So I'll pass that around while Maysoon is explaining in Arabic.
Thank you, Hala. So احنا كمان هنا بنحب انه نحكيكم عن برنامج اكسس بتعمله اسمه ASAP. بتعلق بانه كيف انه احنا نوعي الاولاد ونحكي معهم على أشياء تانية من زي كيف السلف استيم، ديسيجن ميكينج، كيف إنهم يكون عندهم ثقة بحالهم، كيف إنهم يكون عندهم يقدروا ياخذوا قرار بحياتهم. هذا البرنامج مفتوح لأي حدا من الكوميونتي بحب إنه ينضم، إنه يشارك آراءه فيه، كيف إنه إحنا ممكن نتعامل مع أولادنا. فأي حدا فيكم فيه إنه يشترك عشان يساعدنا ويساعد المجتمع إنه هو والأطفال الأولاد واليوث الشباب بشكل خاص كيف إنهم هم يطلعوا بصورة كويسة بالمجتمع وعناصر فعالة في المجتمع. فبنتمنى إنه أي حدا عنده وقت أو بحب إنه يشارك إنه يشارك بهذا البروجرام. شكرا.
Hala, do you have more? Are you awesome? So I want to, of course, thank our presenters for coming in and presenting this topic to us. The reason that we wanted to have this discussion with you is because we are seeing a lot of technology use that is happening at home, and it's impacting our kids here. I for one, we've been having a lot of group chats and things where when I was a kid and I was a student who was bullied at school, the bullying ended when the bell rang and I got to go home and the bullying was over for me. But now if there's an issue at school, it doesn't stop when school ends. It doesn't stop over the weekend. We still have these issues. We still have this communication, the group chats and the Snapchats and the TikToks. It's all happening at home too. And our poor kids have no escape. They don't get any peace, and it's affecting them mentally. It's affecting them at school. And so I please, I'm pleading with you to just be aware of what your children are doing, who they're talking to, how they're speaking to people, the language that they're using, because there's so many hurtful things that are happening here. And we want to say that our school is 100% bully free and that stuff never happens, but that's just not possible for any school. And we are trying our best. But there's a lot of these things that carry over to home also. And we have students who are really suffering and are really struggling mentally. And it bleeds over into academics and socially. And we want to be there for our kids. And this is a newer thing that's happening where, we have to protect our kids at home now also. So that's why we invited our friends from Access to come over and have this talk with us, because there's just so much going on that, we're pleading for help from our friends at home, grandparents, aunts and uncles, everybody, but older brothers and sisters, because even so, I deal mostly with elementary. This stuff is going on with third graders, the group chats, the Snapchats, the TikToks, so it's nobody is exempt to this issue. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. And it sounds like Mr. Knaffer, do you have something that you'd like to add?
Probably I'll speak in Arabic since you spoke in English. Salam everyone. بس كنت حابة إنه مثل ما مستر وينت حكى بالنسبة إنه للمونيتورينج الميديا with our children. طبعا هلا we know إنه الأشياء اللي عم تطلع على الميديا most of it like unmonitored. We don't know if it's right or wrong or the right information. إنه المعلومات الصحيحة اللي عم بياخدوها أولادنا ولا معلومات مش صحيحة اللي عم بياخدوها أولادنا. طبعا إحنا أكيد كلنا أهل وكلنا عنا أولاد وكلنا طبعا بهمنا بالنهاية إنه شو المعلومة اللي بتوصل للولد. الأهل هن اللي عندهم كنترول. صدقوني انتم كأهل انتم اللي عندكم كنترول لهيدا الشيء كله. طبعا اول شيء بالتوعية، بدنا نوعي اولادنا انه شو اللي عم يحضروا، شو اللي عم بيسمعوا، شو اللي عم يقروا. عادة طبعا it depends على الايج لكل ولد. في أولاد بعمر معين طبعا ما بيفهموا بهالأمور، بدكم تحكوا معهم بطريقة معينة، وطبعا أنتوا فيكم تعطوهم التابلت أو التليفون أو أي شيء مثل ما حضراتهم شرحوا لكم بالأول. طبعا كعمر أكبر لما بيصيروا teenagers وبيصيروا إنه هن عندهم أسئلة كتير وبيحبوا يعرفوا كتير وعندهم أصحاب وبيسمعوا من برا، بفضل إنه كأهل إنه إحنا نقعد معهم لأولادنا و make it as a discussion between us. يعني إنه like okay شو المعلومات اللي أنت حابب تعرفها أو حابة تعرفيها كطفل يعني بالنهاية هني أطفال تحت 18، وأنا شو فيني أقدر ساعد لأعطيكم الراي information. المشكلة كمان مثل ما قال مستر وينت إنه الجروب شاتس هيدي مشكلة أنتوا يمكن ما عم بتحسوا فيها قد ما إحنا عم نحس فيها هون بالمدرسة. طبعا هني بيعملوا جروب شات بين رفقات بين بعضهم، بتصير الأمور بالبيت وبيجيبوها على المدرسة. هيدا الجروب شات مس كنافر صار أو مس بازي أو مستر وينت وفلان الفلان قال هيك أو فلانة قالت هيك، وطبعا المشكلة بتكبر هون بالمدرسة وبتتوسع أكتر. فأنا عطول بقول لهم للتلاميذ عندي when you are added to a group chat، بس حدا يحطكم على group chat أول شيء يعرفوا مين اللي عمل الجروب chat. is somebody I know، حدا بعرف إنه هو الجروب chat admin اللي created it did it for something for school purpose or not. Who is added on that group chat؟ لأنه في group chats عم بتصير from different schools. يعني بيكون one group chat your kids and kids from other schools too. They share things يعني they're not supposed to share between each other. وبيحكوا مع بعض أشياء ما لازم يحكوها مع بعض لا بالمدرسة ولا برات المدرسة ولا على الجروب chat. فأنا بقول لهم أوكي عرفوا مين الممبرز اللي بالجروب chat، هي أول شيء. تاني شيء اوكي لشو الموضوع اللي انفتح عليه الجروب شات؟ هل هو موضوع بخص المدرسة؟ هل هو مشكلة انتم بتقدروا تعالجوها كأطفال؟ فهيدا كله بدكم تفكروا فيه قبل ما you accept to be added to any group chat. And let's say أنا بقول لهم صرتوا already بأنتوا أهل group chat، حدا added you guys, which is Snapchat now we know, and all these apps, they add you without your permission. All what you can do is exit and block that number. If you cannot control that person, إذا ما فيكم تعملوا control لهالشخص إنه اللي عم بيعمل الجروب شات، block the number. صدقوني احنا اخترنا هيدا الموضوع اليوم لانه احنا عم نعاني منه كادمنز كتيتشرز بقلب المدرسه اكثر يمكن منكم كاهل بقلب البيت. اللي بلاحظه كمان انا كتير انه في كتير اهالي ليسكتوا الولد او الولد يبعد عن طريقهم او اي شيء بيعطوه التليفون او التابلت او اي شيء just be occupied. وهيدا أخطر شيء إحنا بنعمله كأهل، أخطر شيء، لأنه إحنا ما بنعرف هو شو عم بيطلع أو شو عم بيحضر أو هالشيء اللي عم بيحضره شو عم بيأثر على دماغه، على تفكيره، على كل شيء عم بيصير حواليه. صدقوني هيدا موضوع كتير مهم. فإحنا هلأ we're gonna open the floor إذا حدا بيحب يسأل بأي موضوع إنه how to control the parent control. I'm gonna take it for you with the English too.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to once again thank everybody that's here. People who weren't able to make it but are logging in online. We appreciate you. Thank you for being invested in your child's success, your child's mental health. And while you missed the breakfast that was here, we appreciate you.
Next time, I hope everybody will be just here.
We really appreciate you being a part of this. And if you have any questions about how to help or how to keep your children safe, you can feel free to speak to any of the deans here at school. Ms. Hala at Access is a great resource. She has a lot of resources on this presentation also. If you're able to take a look, I know Mr. Sherifuddin is behind the scenes making sure you guys can see all this stuff. But we really appreciate you guys logging in and joining us. We're going to end the broadcast now, and we'll open it up to questions and conversation with our audience here. So thank you. And
Thank you.
HES Academies have been serving the Detroit metro area for over 23 years, promoting academic excellence, leadership, and cultural diversity, ranking as some of the top schools in the state of Michigan. Our pre-K through 12th grade students enjoy tuition-free, state-accredited education by STEM certified and highly qualified staff with no geographical restrictions, and with advanced placement, college dual enrollment, scholarship, and Arabic language programs. Noor International Academy in Sterling Heights at niapsa.org, Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights and in Canton at starpsa.org, Universal Academy in Detroit at universalpsa.org, and Universal Learning Academy in Westland at ulapsa.org. Join HES Academies today and enjoy a free Chromebook for every enrolled student.